Hello viewers, good morning and welcome to another segment for our classes. We want to continue from where we had stopped in the last episode, segment of the last class. We've been looking at human capital development. Human capital development. And that took us to job analysis, task dimension, performance matrix, person description, knowledge of the task, what the person is expected to do, because this is very, very important. You know, one of the things that organizations bring in people to work with them, recruit, select, then position people, induct them, and socialize them over time. Mentor train is all about that individuals will bring variety of skill sets, knowledge, dispositions, attitude, experiences, core competencies, cross-functional abilities to work with various aspects of the work of the organizations. And that is towards productivity, and then that brings about profitability. That is the money at the bottom line, because business or setting up an organization has to do with money, has to do with money. It has to do with you being able to see profit at the end of the day. When you put XZ amount of money, pay the people, do all the necessary paperwork, what comes out at the end of it. And so one aspect of job analysis, when you talk job analysis, is simply a broad statement about how you define a job, categorize a job, describe the job in terms of what is that job all about, what is the main function as it relates to the individual and the overall picture in the organization. And then from there, you have various things you talk about under job analysis. We have the tasks, we have the person specifications, we have the conditions, we have the knowledge dimensions, we have the abilities, we have the skill sets, and other competencies. Knowledge, abilities, skills, and other competencies. So we call that castle. In some other book, you may see it KSAO, castle. The knowledge, the ability, the skill sets, and other competencies. And so when you look at castle simply stands for, the first thing is knowledge. When you are bringing a person on board the organization, knowledge is very important. Take for example, you are bringing in a sculptor, you're bringing in a mason in a civil construction company. There has to be some body of knowledge you expect that person to have concerning maybe setting block, plastering the wall. He understands what do you mix to get this? How do you have this kind of concrete? If he's an electrical engineer, there's a body of knowledge he understands about wiring a house, designing a wiring plant. You talk about a law firm. If you bring in someone to work with you in a law firm, there is a body of knowledge. If you want him to be in charge of litigation, you want a person to be in charge of arbitration, he has to understand key knowledge about that specific work. And that is where the education comes in. That's where the formal training of that individual comes in. Basic qualification. But more importantly is the ability to translate that knowledge. And that takes you to abilities. In terms of physical stamina. Can the person endure long hours of work? With his knowledge, is he able to sit down and is able to galvanize those ideas and bring it to a solution, a working model to a solution. Take, for example, a medical doctor in an hospital has the basic knowledge of surgeries, operations, and all those things. But the ability to bring that knowledge into practical delivery of the job is very important. So that takes about his disposition, his ability to withstand pressure, long out of work. And so that is very, very important. And can he actually carry out a surgery from the start to the end? Then the next thing is the skill. What is a skill? A skill is different from knowledge, it's different from your expertise, it's even different from ability. Skill simply is defined as a learned or acquired aptitude, tactfulness to make sure that delivery is made very, very expertly. Take, for example, in the football, you have a lot of people play, but you see some people have so much skill they have developed, some tact to easily meander through and get the work done. And you see that in a whole team, 1 or 2% may be able to display a certain skills when it comes to the field of play. And it is something that person has put himself to acquiring it over time. It's a learned aptitude, tactfulness to deliver. And so apart from that, you have the O. The O stands for other competencies. Yes, you have the body of knowledge, you have the abilities, you even have the skill. The next thing is other requirements. Have you been able to pass certain qualification exams for membership, professional membership, training, certification, even licensing? Or for example, you are moving to another city and you are expected to join a particular regional body. Those things are other requirements in job analysis. That is why sometimes the organization may employ people, but later on you hear a union will come and say that person should not be employed, not because it doesn't have the skill, he's not trained, he's not qualified, but there are other requirements like regulations, union, communal, national, racial, and the rest. And so in screening people, in recruiting people, people in HR, human resource, need to understand this aspect of job analysis, which has to do with, for the individual, it has to do with knowledge, it has to do with abilities, it has to do with skill sets and other requirements so that you will not run contrary to the law in your industry or in your sector. So that is one aspect that we are looking at today. So by the time we come in the next class, we will begin to explore different aspects. How do you access the knowledge, assess the abilities, the skills, and even other requirements? Because this is very, very important. It's not just being able to recruit people into your organization. They have to be those people that at the end of the day, you will not have problem having them on your organization. Remember, job analysis is about analyzing the spectrum dimension of a particular job function. And that takes you to that job task, the individual, the environment, and a lot of things, which we are going to look into this aspect of series. And I believe that you as an organizational owner will be able to enjoy yourself as you listen to us, and most importantly, get 1 or 2 things that will help you to grow your organization. So until you come your way again, my name is Dr. Eric Emmanuel, the Chief Executive Officer, Triple E Counseling Services here in the city of Rio, number 24, IBB Avenue, opposite the Library. Until I have you in our class next time, I say bye-bye.